But first up on The Beat Goes On.
He's out there in the rain. He's out there in the sunshine. He's out there looking to find the best in movies and music. Our resident guru on all things movies and music, Barry Rushton.
Barry J. Rushton.
Jared, it is good to be back here again today. Yes, it is.
Hey,
Yes,
what's
it
the
is.
date? It's the 5th, is it? 6th?
Man, I tell you what.
Melbourne Cup tomorrow.
Exactly, and not only that, mate, we are, I know what you're going to say, we are racing to Christmas, and no, I haven't gone looking for your present yet, but but it's on the cards, Jared, it's on the cards, truthfully. You see, I don't think you
I've
quite...
never seen somebody lie with such finesse.
I don't think you quite know how I run this. What I do is I all of us can probably count our true friends on one hand, but leaving that aside, we always know a lot of people. So I put all their names on a bit of paper, put them in a little hat, and every Christmas I draw out 5. And that's it.
It's been years since I was drawn out. Is that what you're saying, Gary?
Jared, now look, we're going to we did a bit of a catch up on movies last week, and we're going to do one more catch up on a couple of albums because they've been out, not for long, but they've just been out. And I like them, I love them both, okay? Here's the first one by the girl called Pink.
Pink.
Alicia Moore, everybody knows that. This is her first album in 5 years, but it is tremendous.
It is great.
This girl is something else. Probably one of the best live shows. 5 years ago.
Say that her live shows.
The live show was best. I was fortunate enough to see her 5 years ago, or 4 years ago in Australia with our great friend Richard. And I don't want to give it away, but her final number and what she did in the final number was just sensational.
Now, a tough feminist type woman like this, is that your cup of tea, Barry?
I think it is, Jared. I'm falling in love with her as we speak.
Really?
This is her 7th album, studio album, the first one in 5 years, because she said she had a couple of children. I think her husband's called Corey, and he was a gun motorcycle rider, I believe. But it's just sensational. Her first single, What About Us, has been out for a little while. But this album too, it's nothing new, but it's still sensational. Her vocals are great, the songs are terrific, the lyrics are good. This girl is popular.
I totally
had
agree.
14 shows booked in Australia and has added another 4. She had 2 of them here booked in Auckland in September coming up next year, put on another one. This girl is huge.
Popular.
So you're going to like this album. Okay, you're going to like the album. But the one I want to talk about
Here's
today,
the main meal, ladies and gentlemen.
Jared, indeed, the main meal. Everybody, our audience, our baby boomer people know the new album by Robert Plant called Carrying Fire. Now you're looking at this album as with a strange look. You know,
Is he still going?
Everybody knows the fast lead singer of Led Zeppelin.
Exactly.
Right? And he's been around now 50 years. I mean, this is,
That's what I'm
again,
saying.
everybody's rocking and rolling, in 50 years. This is a great album. It's called Carrying Fire, and it's got his band on it behind it, and they're called Sensational Space Shifters. And he's been playing with them for a few years. And look, it's fantastic. Chrissy Hines on one of the songs. Everybody knows he was a Led Zeppelin guy, but the band broke up, I think, in about 1980 after when John Bonham died, and so he was then going to go back and teach school. He thought, oh, okay, I'm done. I've had a great time. But then, through other times, he was convinced. We all
You were
know.
joking. Go back and teach school.
Yeah, he was going to go back and be a teacher.
That is a plummet from
Well, he just
the
thought
high.
I've had enough. I've got to do something. But he either got talked out of it or something happened and so on. And everybody knows that he did an album with Alison Krauss. Remember, back about 2007, and it won the Grammy for the best album of the year amongst others. You know what I mean? So, and this one sounds a little bit like that. If you like that last one, that was called Shifting Sands, I think the album was. But have a listen here.
Yeah, let's have a listen.
I carry fire for you. You in my naked hand. I bear my heart to you. That you will understand. Just like I'm burning. Just like I scorn you.
It is good, Barry. I
Well,
do like it.
it is,
Even though
and-
I'm not a great fan of that type.
I do understand, and I know, and a slight correction, I think I mentioned before that when I said shifting sands, it was raising sands, everyone knows that. But you see, the first song on this album does have tinges of the old Led Zeppelin feel, you know, great rhythm, great strength, great everything in it, you know. But this whole album really is more of a reflective mood of what he's been or what he's seen and where he's been and what he's done and so on and so forth. And so I kind of like that, you know. And in there and in there are some great African feels. There's some great Eastern feels. It's almost like you're listening to George Harrison in one song. The playing on it, as you would imagine, is sensational. And that's what I love about this album. This is the kind of an album that you take to listen to. I mean, you wouldn't put it on background necessarily, you know, you might.
It's
for
a car.
party.
It's a car.
It's a car. It's a sitting. If you love music and you can look at the layers of what's gone down, and you can hear that sort of sound. You can hear when a guitar comes in. You can say, God, that was a great riff. That was a great lead. You know, man, that was good. The voice. It's almost like you're in a smoking jacket somewhere in a club. It's that kind of feel, you know. And so consequently, for that reason, I love it. You know, I too have not been a great fan of that sound, you know, but you have to admit, and look at the cover, it even looks great, doesn't it? I mean, it looks like a smoky sort of jacket.
It looks
type
like a
of
painting from the 16th century, you know, that in some Dutch, you know, in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, yes, exactly. And so I love it. And so really, when you think of it, you know, 50 years in the industry, and that's what this is. It's like, I won't say like fine wine, but you know, that's what I'm talking about. So well worth it, very good. It's the new one by Robert Plant, as we said, called Carry Fire, I should say. And I'm going to enjoy traveling to the beach this weekend and have this on by myself, loud as I can.
Annoying the other traffic people.
Only
you
if
know.
we come to a slight slow at the tunnel, probably. You know.
Now, Barry,
Yeah.
it's a week since you were last here, and you've fully accepted the Labor Party yet, Barry?
Jared, I had a great time in Australia last weekend, mate. A great time in Australia. We'll see how it goes.
Nothing's changed.
We'll see how it goes.
See you next week,
See you
guys.
next week, my good friend.